Hi. So, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you. So, whatever the time you're watching. So, so today we'll be discussing more interview questions regarding Salesforce admin for both beginners as well as for the experienced persons. So, yeah, let's start. So, first question is, what is a profile? A collection of permissions and settings which define what all features and access a user have. A profile controls object permission, field permission, user permission, tab settings, app settings, Apex class access. So basically from profile, we can control all these types of permissions. Next, what is a role? A collection of permission and setting which define what all data a user has access to on any object. Scenario. If there is a profile named as manager and a person X is assigned to it, only create and read access is provided on the particular profile for the object team, right? So now, if we want to give edit and delete access, then what we can do apart from using sharing rules or permission set? So what we can do is that we can give modify all permission on the profile so that the user will be able to even edit and delete the records on the given object. So if these questions are asked related to this scenario, so you can give this answer. Role and profile. So difference between role and profile. Roles are not mandatory. Profiles are mandatory. User can access data without assigning any role to them. Without assigning any profiles, a user will not be able to access any kind of data, right? In the case of role, it provide access to record visibility for the users. In case of profiles, access control of CRED like create, read, edit, delete records of users are given. Now, follow hierarchy role. In the case of roles, we follow hierarchy. In the case of profiles, we do not follow any kind of hierarchy. Now, difference between delete and hard delete. So whenever we delete any kind of data, the data gets stored in recycle bin. But whenever we want to delete the data permanently, so that we can use hard delete. So this is the difference. And the question may be asked in the form that how can we permanently delete data from our arc? So the answer will be we can hard delete it. Now, what is a page layout? So it is used to define how our page looks like, to place buttons, related list, custom links, etc. We can also make it different for different profiles, right? Different profiles have different page layouts. Like if a person is in um, marketing, under the marketing profile he's assigned, and one is under sales profile, so they it may you the may requirement may be that both should have a different view of the page, so we can do that. What is a record level security? A collection of features and settings which define that what all records users have access to. What is OWD? Different access types. OWD is nothing but org-wide settings, the base level access for all records of an object, right? Now, three types of access we can give by using OWD is public read only, public read write, and private. Whenever the OWD is private, then apart from the user who is the owner, nobody will be able to see or access the data and even edit or delete the data. Whenever we keep the OWD public read only, the users will be able to read the data, but apart from reading, they will not be able to do anything. And whenever the OWD is public read write, then the users will be able to read or edit the data. What is sharing rules and its types? So using the using sharing rules, what we can do, we can share records to a user which do not have access to that record for now, right? So how can we use that? So different types. So criteria based, and owner based. There are two types. So what is a criteria based? So in this, uh, the records are shared whenever a certain criteria given by you will be fulfilled. For example, records must go to the team accordingly, like sales, support, etc. So whenever there is an inflow of records, right? So, and you know that someone has created a case. So where should this go? So this record should go to the support team, and some records have come like to get information about the product or something. So where should it go? It should go to the sales team, right? So this is the way how the records are bifurcated using the criteria based sharing rules. And another is owner based sharing rules. So whenever a user or a senior wants to share records to a roles and subordinates or a group, etc. So we can use this, like I do have a set of records and I want to share it with a user or a role, a particular kind of roles and their subordinates. So I can do that by using owner based sharing rules, right? Now, what is grant access using hierarchy? So if this option is selected, then the user will be able to access the records of their juniors as well. So whenever like you can if you are, we can take an example, like if you are on a senior position, you are a manager, so you want that you should be viewing all the records which are under your subordinates, right? So if this option is unchecked, so the you will not be able to see the data owned by your subordinate. So and if this will be checked, then you will be able to see the data of your subordinates. Now, and once again, a scenario based question. So while trying to deploy a report using chain set, the user was not able to see the report. So what can be the possible reason? So the possible reason is that the report might be saved in a private folder, which the user do not have access to. So basically, the report might be in a private folder. So if this is the scenario, then you will not be able to deploy or see the report using chain set. Can we delete a user in Salesforce? So the answer is no. We can only freeze and deactivate the user. Now, what is the difference between freeze and deactivate or an inactive user? So difference is that whenever we freeze the user will not be able to log in. We use this basically whenever a user is in any workflow rules or in a hierarchy which is important and which cannot be just haphazardly stopped. So we use this to take time to just manage the things so that the process will be continuing without uh, interruption, right? So here I have also given the example of this. And in case of deactivating the user is deactivated. It removes user as a part of any automation process, like whenever we are done analyzing and we have swapped the person with another one, or we remove that particular person from the automation, then we can deactivate the user. And what it also does, that it also frees up the license which can be assigned to another user. And in this case also, records can be transferred to another user if the user is deactive, then also, right? What is the relationship between account and contact? So account and contact basically share a special relationship in between them. So when it is account to contact, it is a master detail relationship, and when it is contact to account, then it is a lookup relationship, right? So many a times you'll be asked by the interviewer that what is the relation between account and contact. So you have to give the answer that they share a special relationship in between them. Now, what is a flow? So flow is an automation tool used to automate the business logic. Everything which can be done in case of workflow or process builder can be done by using flow. Even we can delete records using flow. Now, different types of flows So this can be another question, like what are different type of flows? The different type of flows are screen flow, auto launched flow, record triggered flow, schedule triggered flow, platform event triggered flow, right? So what is a screen flow? So screen flow is nothing but it is a user driven flow. Like whenever you will click to yes, go here, now go there. So this flow will be taking to you to those options. Like you should have seen that whenever you install a new application or software, so it will be a tour. Like if you choose to have a tour, then it will ask you to click on the particular points and to read those things, right? And whenever you uh, click on okay, next, then it will be taking you to the next stages of that flow, right, of that scenario, of that tour. So this is a basic example of how the screen flow works. Now, auto launch flow. So it works basically behind the screen, and now record trigger flow. So whenever a record is saved or deleted, like before a record is saved, after record is saved, so it is triggered on those kind of scenarios. Now, schedule triggered flow, it only triggered on the particular given time. And platform event triggered flow, like it triggers whenever a certain event is fulfilled. Now, difference between data loader and data import wizard. So a data loader can import up to 500,000 records. Data import wizard can import up to 50,000 records. In case of data loader, it can be used for all kind of standard as well as custom objects, but that is not the same for data import wizard. It can be used in case of account contact campaign solution. These are the standard objects and other custom objects. Now, we cannot avoid duplicates in case of data loader. We can avoid duplicates in case of data import wizard. We can even delete records in case of data loader, but that is not true. We cannot delete records in case of data import wizard. We cannot schedule export in case of data loader, but in case of data import wizard, we can schedule export. So yes, for today, these questions are enough. So do prepare well, do read, and also read different from different videos which I have uploaded earlier. Two videos I have already uploaded for interviews and other concept. And for other concepts also, yes. And I'll be uploading more and more videos regarding different concepts for admin. So keep watching and have a nice day. Be safe. Bye bye.